The world, nature, and wildlife don't often mix with modern technology. They don't quite join together perfectly in many people's minds to create something good, but that's where I started to think differently. I took my love for video games and the outdoors and made it my mission to combine them into a brand new experience. But for this, I'd have to put down playing video games at home on consoles and PC and pick up some handheld gaming. And my game of choice for this adventure was the recently released title, The Plucky Squire. The game itself seemed perfect, as it takes place in forests and nature, and it has its own element of adventure surrounding it. But first off, I needed to stop off and get my daily iced caffeinated hit ready for a hot sunny day. And then it was time to hit the road and drive eastward, taking in the beautiful Lochside Drive and soaking in the last sunshine of summer before the autumn winds begin to blow. And with my game picked out, I needed a location to go and play. And my choice for today sees me arrive at Mount Stewart, a 19th century manor house and an ornate garden set in a woodland area on the coast of Ireland. The beautiful gardens here made it an easy choice to sit and take in the surrounding beauty while also enjoy one of my favourite hobbies. As I said before, this location also has a manor house, and I chose to check it out first and get some of my tourism and sightseeing out of the way before I went into the wilderness and played my game. A guided tour inside will see you taken through the history of this neoclassical house and the Stewart family who have inhabited this area from 1744. The opulent rooms reveal paintings, marble pillars, and statues of the family through the years, as well as many of their belongings, books, and things they've collected over time. Such history is important to protect, and that's why today the house has been listed as a Grade A protected building and is part of the UK's National Trust. After my history lesson and having a look around inside, it was time to venture into the woods and garden areas. And this is my first stop in combining gaming with the outdoors. Connecting up my PS Portal to a Wi-Fi hotspot and linking up to my PS5 many miles away, plugged in at home to play the first chapter of The Plucky Squire. And it was a thrill. Not only the magic sensation of playing my PS5 plugged in at home while in a coastal Irish forest, but in glancing up from my gameplay to take in this stunning scenery around me. To feel the sun soak into my skin instead of being stuck in a dark, dingy game room. It really was something else, and it added something to my play session. No longer being stuck at home, but being out among nature just made me feel bright and happy. And of course, I was experiencing a really fun game at the same time. The game itself is somewhat of an odd combination within its mechanics. It takes place in a 2D storybook, but then combines real-world 3D elements after jumping out of the pages of the book. An interesting combination, and one that will fit really well with having my own adventure, combining gaming and the outdoors. This game was doing something similar in its mechanics. After besting the first boss of the game, a honey badger who challenges players to a punch-out style boxing fight, it was time to get on the move again. This time venturing to the main garden area. where I could sit in some shade and take on chapter 2 with my party members. And just look at the scenery here. It's absolutely beautiful. And I seen a few fellow weary travellers on their day out enjoying a book in the shade. Meanwhile, I was playing through my very own storybook on the PS Portal. But to take on chapter 3 of Plucky Squire, I wanted to go to my favourite place on the property. Hidden away from the gardens and the neoclassical homestead lies a gorgeous lake, brimming with wildlife, animals and plant life. And further hidden on the lake itself is a secret pathway leading to a concrete bridge, which will see you on a small secluded island portion of land nestled on the lake itself. And this is where I would play the final chapter of today's gaming session, chapter 3 of the Plucky Squire. The funny part is that art often imitates the real world around us, with the characters in the game taking a bridge to a secret portal on an island surrounded by water. The portal transports your characters to the real world of the game. So perhaps one day the Plucky Squire and his crew will pop out on my island at Mount Stewart. And that's what makes both this game and my adventure so unique. The combination of 2D storybook adventures mixed with a 3D world, exploration and puzzle solving within the game world, a clash of ideas that don't normally go together. And as for my own adventure, a little bit of history lesson mixed in with some sunshine, a short amount of hiking and a picturesque nature setting coming together with the magic of technology alongside the design and ingenuity from the game developers. Again, not something that should go together, but it created a brand new experience for me. Nature, wildlife, technology, and the world sometimes can live side by side and create memorable moments in our lives. I would urge any of you to pick up a handheld, whether it be an old Game Boy, the Nintendo Switch, or one of the more modern portable PCs, and get out into nature and play gaming in a different surrounding. You may be surprised at the feelings it gives you. If you like this video, consider hitting the like button to help get this to more people, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And speaking of other videos, YouTube thinks you'll like this one right here. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.